All right, chat. Today, as you can see from a different background, we are watching the cost of becoming CaseOh. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've been waiting for Golf Cart to upload a documentary, and they finally did, and it's about CaseOh. And CaseOh, I remember him from the 2K community posting like 3 TikToks a day. So I'm glad to see where he is now. We're definitely gonna watch this. Shout out CaseOh, man. He can really go on stream, play whatever he wants, just because that's the community he's built. So we're gonna get into the game. The video. Let's go.
For whatever reason, the internet loves the spectacle.
Yeah, I know him from 2K.
The louder it is, the more expensive it looks.
That's where he started.
Look at the top of Twitch right now. It's flooded with million-dollar mansions, celebrity subathons, streamers buying their 10th dream car. Everything seems to be built around the question: how much money can we burn on camera?
Yeah, he used to.
And then there's this guy.
Before we even talk about it, like he would post like relatable TikToks, and he would post like 3 a day. He would post like 3 TikToks a day, every single day at the beginning of 2K23, I want to say. And he would just keep posting them. They would get millions of views. One would be like when your point guard throws the ball all the way down and you're the center and stuff like just relatable stuff. And he was a funny dude. And then he streamed. And so when he streamed, he instantly got partnered and people just started messing with him for him. He had the John Port meme. He had a bunch of stuff that he, took advantage of. And now he literally goes live to 60,000 people playing whatever game he wants to play in the comfort of Arkansas.
CaseOh is interesting because on paper, he's doing almost everything wrong. His production quality is kind of garbage.
CaseOh, where did he come from? 200,000 viewers playing Fall Guys yesterday.
Yeah, wasn't even zoomed in or cropped.
His setup isn't designed to be some massive content machine. Half the time he's live, he's playing some random game.
This is a random game.
Your costume sucks, kid.
I mean, when your entire job is getting people to watch you, you don't turn down a Mr. Beast video. But CaseOh did.
CaseOh did not respond to my message.
And somehow, despite doing the opposite of what the internet tells creators they're supposed to do, he's still one of the biggest streamers on the planet. How does that happen? The honest answer is that none of this should have worked, because CaseOh's had the odds stacked against him since day one.
Yeah.
Case Baker grew up in rural Arkansas. His
Well,
hometown has a population just over 1,500. It's the kind of place where a new Walmart makes the front page, and where the churches outnumber the stoplights. Towns like that don't have a lot going on. So, as a quiet kid, Case did what quiet kids in quiet towns have always done. He disappeared into a screen. In this case, a PlayStation. Call of Duty on repeat. And when YouTube started blowing up in the early 2010s, he was right there watching Nate Shot and the Optic guys build something that didn't exist a decade earlier. He watched gaming turn from a thing you did after school into an actual career.
Yep.
Well, how does this sound? Making a living and even a small fortune just playing video games.
Can we get like a year timestamp on that video?
In a single weekend. And after watching that,
Optic
it became Case's dream job. The problem was he knew the odds, especially in his situation. His Wi-Fi was barely good enough to even watch YouTube. Uploading to it or streaming on Twitch, forget it.
Unheard
so
of.
He buried it. He graduated high school, bounced between jobs, often working 2 at a time just to keep the lights on.
I think he's only like 25. I don't think he's too old.
6 years of clocking in somewhere he didn't want to be. 6 years of watching other guys his age blow up online doing the exact same thing he'd given up on. By the end of it, Case was broke, burnout. He was one bad week away from walking into it.
He's strong too, bro. People think he's just like fat. No, he's strong,
she asked him
bro.
the question that changed everything. Why not take a real shot at the whole streaming thing? What's the worst that happens?
2K.
Now, streaming is one of the most competitive.
I love to
jobs
see
on the
2K
planet.
get
And
some
if you're
shine,
like Case,
bro.
trying to pursue it
I'm not gonna lie, as
you
much
need
as I dog on 2K because they are one of the worst companies when it comes to talking about like the comp players or the people that actually play the game past whatever time. They like my friend Solo, they made him wait until like 3 seasons. Like they made him wait until like March to get a logo. That dude is one of the main content creators on the game. Why did he not have a logo at the beginning of the like? It just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? But I will give 2K shine because if you can survive 2K, you can pretty much go in whatever category you want. I just said this yesterday. Double H, any of the former DF guys, some other people like GB3, that's another one. Like a bunch of these 2K dudes, Provoke, Kobe, like all of them, if they went and got on Roblox, they got on a bigger game, they'd all have 10x their subs. It's as simple as that. 2K is that talented. I just talked about this yesterday, and I stand on that. But the company has to be better because 2K has all these talented creators. All these people started from 2K. I'm not going to rant too much about it, but everybody at the top except like Kai or like people like that. But Kai is only where Kai is because of AMP starting him off, and AMP started from 2K. You know?
understand.
Kai would have been successful regardless, but the reason that AMP is a thing is because of Agent, Duke, Davis, Phantom, Chris. It's as simple as that. They all started from 2K.
There's levels to this.
Alrighty.
Level 1, you can quit your job. Level 2, you're living large. And
Yep.
at level 3, you're the top 1% of the top 1%.
Which is insanity.
Now,
Money.
there's no direct translation from Twitch viewers to money. So for the sake of the example, we're going to say you reach level 1 at around 100 viewers. Once you're there, you can take the leap to streaming full time, which getting there sounds totally
That's fair.
reasonable. It's not.
No,
Somehow
not even.
convincing 100 people to watch you live is brutal. In the past year, 18.4 million people opened up Twitch and watched us live on the
P5,
platform.
Fan.
I
Who
want
else
you
I
to
know?
guess how many of them actually made it to level 1.
Lacey?
Seriously, throw a number out there. The answer is 165,536. That's less than 1%. For every person who gets to level 1, there's 100 that don't. Every big streamer
Aiden
you've seen
Ross,
today spent
Speed,
days,
2K,
weeks,
2K,
if not months,
not
streaming
2K,
to an audience
not
of
2K.
0. I mean, take Jinxie for
Bears,
example.
2K,
He streamed to just
technically.
5 viewers for a year and a half before he ever made it.
5 viewers? He's grinding.
And I'm throwing all of these numbers at you for a reason, because without them, you wouldn't understand how truly insane what happens next is. Okay, so hate to interrupt myself here, but let's say you're like CaseOh and don't love your day job. Maybe you're not all that interested in streaming, but you've got a business idea and just don't know where to actually start.
24 hours, y'all took me from nothing to crazy.
Man,
You see,
bro.
CaseOh hit
Man,
level 1
bro.
in the first hour of his first
Like,
year.
I just love seeing people find their success. I've always been that way, and I always will be. You're never gonna see me. If I go to Florida to help Caleb with his thing, it's production. I'm not gonna hop on the song unless it's something that's an opportunity given to me. For Sean, I'm happy. Sean's about to go crazy again with all his editing and all that stuff. Like, I genuinely want to see the best for my friends, bro. I've always been that way. I've tried to get some of the 2K guys to branch out. Like, I want everybody at the top with me, bro. If I'm gonna be at the top, I want the real ones with me. Now, there are stipulations. Like, if you aren't cut to be there, I'm not gonna try and drag you there. Like, if you're gonna drag people down, you're bad baggage. That's how I see it. So I'm real. I'm gonna just say I keep it real. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I help everyone. No. You can't help everyone. That's not realistic.
stream. And he didn't just get lucky.
Hey, y'all came through deep from the top, man.
In the
This
days
is-
before
that-
he went
I think
live
that's
for the
his first
time,
stream.
CaseOh was already laying the groundwork. He spent days
Yeah.
filming and editing clips of him playing NBA
Yep.
2K23. And on September 10th, 2022, he uploaded 22 videos to TikTok. The next morning,
Yep.
he woke up to over 10,000 followers and a comment section
Yep.
flooded with one question.
Yep.
So that night, he went live for the first time, and the
Yep.
floodgates opened.
When
Yep.
I look down and I see 126 viewers,
Yep.
bro, I cannot.
That's
fuck
how it
with
works,
From
bro.
that on.
You put the effort in. You edited the videos before you went live. You made people understand who you were before you ever went live. That's why you took off. It doesn't work like that anymore. Yes, clipping works like that, but what he did is insanity. What he did at the beginning of a 2K, he uploaded 22 short form TikToks that all went crazy. And he just kept uploading 3 a day. That's literally what he did. And I watched Zach 2K do something similar in 2K22 where he uploaded every day for like 60 days going into 2K22, and he blew up on his YouTube channel. If you edit and you genuinely are improving and people mess with the content, they will find you. YouTube is a game. It is not luck. They're like stable Ronaldo could start from 0. He will blow up in a year. Some of these people genuinely understand how you have to be in the internet. That's as simple as it is. A lot of them understand how it is to be on the internet. They understand what goes viral. They understand this and that. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to switch my game to just chatting. And because I'm yapping right now.
He followed the same routine. Clock in the 9 to 5, hit the second job, cut a few lawns, then come
Yep.
home and stream until he couldn't keep his eyes open.
I don't want to go sleep, man. I don't want to go to work, man. I want another build, dog. All I want to do is make builds and play 2K forever. Why do I gotta go work?
After each stream, he'd find the best
Man.
moments, clip them, and fire them back onto TikTok.
Yep.
The loop fed itself. Inside a week, he'd blown past 100,000 TikTok followers. Every stream was pulling 500 plus concurrent viewers.
So happy. I remember seeing this. We thought it was like the next speed, bro.
And the number that actually mattered, he was making more money streaming at night than he was at his day job.
No, y'all literally just donated more than I make in a week in one
That's
night.
another thing
Bruh.
too. He's one of those streamers where I remember like those days, like when he would go live, they start spamming the donos, bro. Like people wanted CaseOh to quit his job. And they wanted him to be financially stable, bro. Like they knew he was a genuine dude,
Bro,
bro.
But CaseOh kept his head on straight. What shows up overnight can also disappear overnight. So before he quit his day job, he needed proof that this wasn't a fluke. So
Yep.
he made a deal with his chat, hit 5,000 Twitch subs, and he'd quit his job.
This a day we're gonna remember forever, you feel me? This a day we gonna remember forever.
Man.
You
Shout
know,
out Spam. I just saw he hit
bro.
1K
It's
on
all
his
y'all, you
subathon.
feel me? Thank you, man. Full-time CaseOh in the building, and I'm laying in their mouth, too.
Within just a few weeks, it was a done deal. Case's fan base was
October,
new, but
1
dedicated,
month,
they
and he
wanted
got
to see the
5,000
person
Twitch
stay full
subs.
time.
Like I said, I've been dreaming of wanting to, be a streamer, a content creator since I was 13 years old. I finally took the leap, bro. I finally took the leap, and y'all
Man,
came through,
bro.
boy, for real, y'all came through crazy.
No, it wasn't all sunshine.
He's
and
reading
rainbows
chat
from
off
here.
his phone. That's
His
why he's
internet
looking
was still
down, bro.
garbage, like genuinely bad. Streams would lag or even just end because the connection bottomed out.
Do you see what I deal with?
And when you're trying to build an audience, that's the kiss of death. If your stream ends, they move on to the next. Eventually, numbers started slipping. For
Yep.
a couple months, it looked like maybe the whole thing was a fluke. Maybe
But-
the bubble had already popped.
But he was still on 2K, and that's why people, and I tell people, pivot after October. 2K is a great game, and it was, man, if you like to watch these Yap sessions, follow the Twitch story, Mike with 2 eyes. I'm sorry, I'm going to include a lot of it here in this video, so skip around if you need. But, like, I don't see the potential in 2K past, like October, November, because when that main patch drops, they normally kill the game with it. They don't fix it. So I always tell people that don't want to just do 2K, pivot. There's people like Solo. There's people that's their full-time income. They could switch. They could branch off. I believe in them. But there's no reason to. They're making full-time income and enjoying a sport that they like. So I understand both sides of it. But in CaseOh's eyes, I think that's why the John Pork and all the other pivoting stuff he did is the reason he can go live today and have like 50K viewers, because of the foundation he
when I
built.
very first started, the hype was there because I first blew up. Had like 800 viewers every night. Then y'all seen it dip to like 100, 150.
Jinxie
like,
podcast.
I gotta do something different. Or it's
Yeah,
just gonna go
exactly.
Then he picked up a different game,
Hogwarts.
Legacy. It was kind of a weird choice. It had a totally different audience from the 2K crowd he'd built, but he streamed
It was
anyway,
really smart.
clipped a moment, and posted it to TikTok.
Exactly. Clips.
I see the sun peeking through the window a little bit. Sleep schedule gone now. Gotta make Hufflepuff proud, though. Hey, it is what it is, man.
That one video alone pulled in over 18 million views. Just like that, he's back. Viewership climbs
Yep.
to 600. Keeps climbing. Month after month. Every week another clip
Man,
going viral.
that graph
And a
makes
wave
me
of new
happy.
Viewers funneling straight to the stream. The snowball was rolling again. By May 2023, CaseOh was averaging over 20.
Just like whatever game he wanted to do.
If you don't know who he is, you gotta be living under a rock.
And this is level 2. At level 2,
Yep.
you're starting to live large. You're in big boy money territory. At this point, you're not going to bed afraid the whole thing vanishes overnight. With over 2,500 average viewers, CaseOh was sitting somewhere just inside the top 1,000 streamers on
Man.
Twitch. Incredible by any measure, but
Yep.
remember, Twitch is stacked top heavy. And when I say top heavy, I mean it.
Yep.
At any given moment, there are about 3 million users on Twitch watching content. When you break down the viewer distribution,
And that's
by
like a
channel
fifth of
rank, the picture
YouTube
gets pretty clear.
for
Out of
live
the millions
channels.
of channels on the platform, the top 250 pull over half the viewership. That's the difference between level 2 and level 3. While it seems like the easiest jump on the ladder here, it's
It is
actually the most
not.
difficult.
Not
There's
at
a
all.
specific blueprint nearly every streamer has followed to make this jump. Here, I'll break it down for you. What you're looking at right now is 5 of the biggest streamers on the planet. Each at the moment they were averaging a
Okay. And I'm going to break this. So XQC, I don't know too much about it. Ninja, I know about everything else. So I'm going to speak on what I know, right? Speed, we know like Speed also blew up off clips. Aiden revolutionized just chatting. Kai took that a step further and revolutionized and started IRL with Speed. Ninja revolutionized gaming streaming. and XQC revolutionized pro gameplay entertainment, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about XQC.
Exactly 2,500 viewers. Pay attention to the setups. None of them are exciting. The rooms are pretty basic. The camera quality kind of sucks. There's no production value. They look like what they are. Just guys streaming from their bedrooms.
Now fast forward to when those same streamers are pulling 10,000 viewers a night.
They have the
Everyone's
production.
changed. The lighting's dialed in. The cameras are crisp. The rooms look
Like look at these. Like these aren't even better. Like these are just like a little step up, and he's gonna go another step up.
And it all starts with one realization. At this level, streaming isn't just a job anymore. It's a business. And like
that's why certain people succeed. It's not always luck.
The internet, for whatever reason, craves a
spectacle. A lot of it is luck.
The spectacle game is pretty easy to
this
play.
video right here could hit 10,000 views.
The setup is just the
or not.
Next comes the move to LA. Buy the mansion, drop the I just bought my dream car video. Hire
GT3
a
RS.
dozen editors to pump out clips around the clock.
Yep.
By the time you're clearing 50,000 viewers, it turns into an optimization race. Every stream, every upload, every second of content is engineered to milk the cash cow. The longer you stay on the top, the more efficient it becomes. And weirdly, the more the internet praises you for it.
But the spectacle only works if people are still looking.
Relevancy is the whole game. The second your numbers dip, the money goes with it. So you're forced to stay visible. You hit the podcast circuit, Impulsive on Monday and Blank on Thursday. You show up to every mainstream streamer.
Shout out about it.
You
QT and Maya.
Conversation because the conversation is the product. And the fastest way to stay in a conversation
Your
is to stand next to someone bigger than you. Take those same 5 streamers and pull up their biggest streams of all time. Ninja, Fortnite with Drake.
400K, I think.
Donald Trump interview.
800K.
The LeBron stream
1 mil.
over 1 million concurrent viewers.
Speed has like 5 with 1 mil.
That's the blueprint. I'm not necessarily saying it's bulletproof or guaranteed, but it's the safe route.
Every streamer who's made it to the top 250 has run some version of that exact playbook based on constant evolution. But CaseOh ignored this approach altogether. His strategy is quite literally the opposite in just about every
Which is why what works for him is working still.
CaseOh, he was fresh off of Hogwarts, averaging 2,500 viewers. So let's run that same comparison from earlier and fast forward to when he's at 10,000.
10,000.
I mean, sure, he did buy a new house, but he moved from a trap house to a trailer just across town. Either way, at the end of the day, his computer monitor is still being held up with a vacuum cleaner.
If I don't have the vacuum cleaner holding up the back of the monitor, it'll fall over. And then back here are my PCs. You can tell they're being held up by books as well.
And
this is what you call a genuine dude, man.
Chat, my stream quality is actually so crispy. It looks like it's in 4K.
Since Hogwarts, he's continued to stream 4 to 6 nights a week. Same time, same chat, rotating through whatever random games he feels like. Supermarket Simulator, Grant, Dress to Impress.
What is this? Why is it on my front page? Playing it.
Games a normal person wouldn't think to stream. But then you watch for 5 minutes and you start to get it.
This is the funniest dude on the internet.
And it's also a really good recipe for clips.
Everything. CaseOh, where did he come from?
Because it's not a niche.
Playing Fall Guys yesterday.
Because the game isn't the point. The chat isn't there for the games.
They're there for you.
Him fall out of his chair for the 10th time this month and narrate it like he's describing a car accident.
Yo, that almost killed me. Oh! Yo, chat! The chair is dead, dude!
To watch him get jump scared by a horror game and scream at a volume that blows out the mic. And that's why it worked. By January of 2024, CaseOh was averaging over 50,000 concurrent viewers every single night, making him the number 3 ranked streamer on all of Twitch.
With Kai and Jinxie streaming.
My mind is weird. Like in my mind, I still don't have the thought of like I still made it. Yeah, because in my mind, I feel like if I have that,
he's just doing what he.
That I made it. You don't want to get like lazy. It's gonna go downhill. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You don't want to get
every
complacent.
metric the industry actually uses, CaseOh is underperforming. He's leaving growth on the table at every possible turn. He doesn't invest in new setups. He doesn't upgrade his gear.
Like imagine CaseOh in like a really nice like stream room.
Will tell you he could be twice the size he is if he just ran the playbook like everyone else.
But he doesn't need
honestly,
to.
They're probably right. But here's the thing. CaseOh never looked at any of that and felt like he was losing something. Buying a house in the hills, pulling up in a supercar, collecting all the things that say you've made it. None of that ever seemed to be important to him. And there's nothing wrong with wanting those things. A lot of creators go in with exactly that goal in mind. But CaseOh sits in this rare category of someone who actually reached the I made it moment and genuinely doesn't want it.
It was never about like being huge, just like, because it didn't matter the money. You know, I just wanted to do what I loved for a living.
Yeah.
I could be, you know, pinching pennies to make it, but as long as I get to stream every day instead of go to work, I was cool with that.
And that's what he,
clear,
and that's genuinely what he said.
Money. He's the number 3 streamer on Twitch. The guy is doing just fine.
But there's a difference between making money and squeezing every last cent out of your audience.
He's never done any kind of subathon, he doesn't say yes to every brand that comes knocking, and he doesn't manufacture drama to give the numbers a little bump. The way he sees it, you can't leave money on the table if it was never what you sat down for.
Some of my most favorite jobs I ever had were the jobs where I was making pennies.
Yo, I'm not even finna lie to y'all. I think y'all just donated more than my week's paycheck in one night.
I'm talking about sitting in the parking lot of the dollar store, having to call my mom, be like, hey, can you spot me $50 for food for the rest of the week? But you know what? I was happy.
Like, if I could turn this into something and just be able to do this with y'all every day, that'd be a dream.
Man, golf cart. Man, I'm actually so happy, bro. I'm glad he did CaseOh, bro, because it's like, I genuinely, like, and I'm going full cam on this. Like, I genuinely mean it. Why is that part of the camera? I might have to clean the camera. But, like, man, I wonder who's next. There's always somebody that's next, you know? Wavy Mello did good on 2K. There's a couple other, like, 2K dudes I thought would make the jump. They didn't this year, but with GTA this year, I can see a lot of 2K27 people making that jump to GTA and going crazy. I know Cole the Man is going to go crazy. He's already got 1 mil. But I can see Luck. I hope Luck returns and comes on GTA. He will blow up. Luck is really good at editing. He's a genuine dude. I just talked to him the other day. I really hope he comes back to content. There's so many people I have in mind that I could instantly see go crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I was broke.
How you doing, Sean?
But it was alright because the job was cool.
Dude, I'm not worried about Twitch ad revenue. I would rather people have a good viewing experience than make an extra, whatever a month.
So that's the money half of the blueprint. The mansion, the supercar, the optimization strategy.
Yo, you
But
show
the
me this
blueprint isn't
supercar
only
one more
about money.
time.
The other half of the blueprint is relevancy. The
Yep.
streaming world has a short memory.
And the way you fight that is by staying in the conversation.
Podcasts, events, collabs, it all comes down to the same idea. Stand next to someone bigger than you, and you get to share some of their spotlight.
Well, if you thought he was underperforming on the money side of the blueprint, just listen to this.
In 3 years as one of the biggest streamers on the planet, he's done exactly one traditional collab.
Jinxie.
What's the furthest you've ever traveled?
Florida. Then that was one time to go to Jinxie's house.
And that collab is almost word for word the only existing footage of CaseOh outside of his own house.
My friend brought this up yesterday to me when we were chilling. He said it's crazy that Jinxie literally has the only recorded footage of me outside of my own stream setup. Like, he is the only one that's got me out of my room.
Matter of fact,
I
it was
hope
the
he
first
does
time he
more.
ever left the state he was born in.
So this is the first time you've ever been out of, like, Florida? Or out of Arkansas, my bad. Wow.
It's just, I don't know, I be getting homesick. I get away from home for too long. I'm just, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I wish.
Over the last 3 years,
While
CaseOh has
promoting
won
them,
5 different
yeah.
awards.
He's done it for, like, I think Golf Cart has done it for every video he's been on.
And the streamer
I
award
mean,
goes
obviously.
to
CaseOh.
What are your?
He hasn't shown up
never
to a
mind,
single
because I'm
one in
recording.
Mr. Beast tweeted you? Oh, yeah, I talked to him, yeah. I can't even go on a Mr. Beast video due to fear of airplanes.
Yeah, I wish he went to the Mr. Beast video, bro.
According to the blueprint, all of those things just come with the territory of being in the top 1%. But CaseOh is avoiding all of it. And when you stack it all up, not going to award shows, turning down the collabs, even the fact that he's only left the state of Arkansas once, you start to wonder if there's more to it than just not caring.
Interesting. So excited. Happy for you, bro.
I didn't tell y'all this, bro. When I was changing setups to go from the trap house into the trailer, I was literally a mental wreck for like a week straight. Because I don't know if anybody else has this, but dude, I have
Got you.
like some form of horrific OCD
Yeah,
that I've had
WK
for
so.
years, that if something even minor changes, I'm gonna die.
You see, OCD is one of the most misunderstood conditions out there.
Okay.
People hear the word and picture someone who just likes things clean and organized. And while that can be a part of it, that's not
Best
exactly
corner
what
sitter
it is.
ever.
At its core, OCD is anxiety.
He was just getting
So
clips at some
moving into a
point.
new house meant moving into an environment.
When he was getting
that
them
full
1
of
mils, he was
variables
just
his brain
getting
hadn't had a
clips,
chance to map
and he got
out.
on the court.
Like when I take my hat off and put it on the counter, same spot every night. If it goes in a different spot, I'm dead.
Everything becomes unpredictable, and for someone with OCD, an unpredictable environment is one thing that can't be controlled.
Yeah.
Each unknown stacks on top of the last until his brain is sent into overdrive.
Chad, here's some lore for you. Every time I would leave to work in the morning, I would go outside my house and I would have to check that my doorknob was locked 37 times. I would have to start my drive to work, take a block back around to my house and check it another 11 times. And then I could go to work.
I remember
Which
that
explains
clip.
why his setup has barely changed over the years. It's one of the places where his brain already knows the answers to all the questions.
Yeah.
It's his rules at his pace, all in an environment that makes him most comfortable. But that need for predictability doesn't stay contained to his house. It follows him everywhere.
I went out in public 3 times in a row. I got recognized all 3 times. I never went outside again, bro. Like, some people, bro, came up like, hey, yo, can I get a picture? Everybody started looking. I'm like, oh, man, dude, I was about to pass out, man.
Outside of that room, he controls nothing.
Man.
Who's around him, how they got there, whether someone grabs his shoulder before he sees it coming. None of it is up to him.
I don't go out in public. I don't. Never.
When he's at home, it's easier to manage. Because,
Exactly.
well, he's in his own house. But in public, there's no way to make the unknown stop. It's not only uncomfortable, but also insanely overwhelming.
You would have a better chance of actually winning the Powerball lottery than ever seeing me in public. That's how rare it is. No joke.
The blueprint says the path forward revolves around a constant state of evolution.
The more you change, the newer things are, the more excited people
Here's the
are to
blueprint
watch.
again.
But for CaseOh, that path has never really been accessible the same way it is for everyone else.
Yeah.
And
All
yet,
right.
here he is.
Literally almost 1,000.
10 mil.
Say it ain't so. This is a moment in history? No, this is a moment in history.
Behind everything, the awards, the numbers, the journey from a rice mill to the number 3 spot on Twitch.
That was his
Almost
cooking
nothing has
stream with his
actually
mom,
changed.
right?
You definitely gonna do this full time? Hey, I hope so, CJ. That'd be a dream come true for you, boy, man. Maybe my parents don't have to work no more either. That'd be a dream come
We
true.
were
too,
in
bro.
this chat, bro. Like, man, bro. We were in this chat because he was a relatable dude, just posting relatable TikToks, and it was his first stream.
He's been grounded in the fact that streaming
feels
is never
like
about being the very
yesterday,
best.
bro.
It was always about building a life worth living for himself and for the people he loves.
Man.
Wait, Mom, we're about to hit 10 million. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. We about to hit 10 million. No way we're actually about to hit it. We hit 10 million, baby! Let's go! 10 million on YouTube!
His mom was there before any of this made sense.
Man.
She brought me some balloons in here. Yo! She brought me some balloons. Balloons.
You can't see it.
Get a pose in there with it.
Before all of the awards and money, before tens of thousands of people were waiting for
She
him to
was
go live,
posting his
she was the
clips
only one who
on
pushed him to try
Twitter,
streaming in the
bro.
first place.
She was posting his clips on Twitter before he even streamed. That is one of the most supportive moms I have seen in the 2K community, bro. Like, she was posting his clips on. She was the reason he started streaming. He went for it.
What? It wouldn't be possible without y'all, Chad. And you know who else it wouldn't be possible without? My mom. Come stand in front of the camera. Look at that.
And his
Man.
dad, the man who spent his whole life doing the kind of work nobody claps for.
My dad, for example, like, dude, his whole life just working. He's had multiple back surgeries, multiple wrist surgeries, multiple foot surgeries, all from just working
Yeah.
his whole life.
The man he watched and worked alongside with do it with no complaints.
I work with my dad. We're both maintenance men. Maintenance ain't easy work. You know,
Nope.
you're crawling under
Not at
sinks,
all.
you're changing faucets, you're crawling up in attics, you know, all
Yeah.
that, just nasty.
The same man that taught him how to work was eventually the one who told him to quit his regular job and do what he loved.
I remember the night we hit 5,000. I was like, all right, tomorrow I'm going to call my boss. I remember I got him to
I remember
call
this
because I was
podcast.
scared.
GC,
Like,
bring
hey,
it
boss,
back.
You know, I'm playing video games for a living, but it'd sound better coming from my dad because, you know, my dad was essentially like his right-hand man.
Yep.
But yeah.
So when streaming became a reality, he made sure that the two people who spent their lives building him up never had to work again.
What has been like the most fulfilling thing that you've run into in your career?
Just that everybody gets to chill
Yeah.
and they have to get away from the jobs they hated and everything like that, and we could all just chill and do this. That's the best thing. I was gonna
Yeah.
say they're retired because they do, because you know they don't want to just chill
Yeah.
and do nothing. They do a lot of stuff for me. Like my dad, if I need something to go get.
That's
or
the thing
something,
with,
he
like,
goes
they start getting on Rakai for not retiring his mom. First of all, he's barely been a streamer for a year. You don't retire your parents off of less than a year of income. And then two, like most parents just they want to still work, bro. That gives them something to do, you know.
Gets it. My mom handles all the background, like all of it.
If you ask Case, that's the whole story right there. In a world where overnight success has a way of quietly hollowing people out, CaseOh never let any of it change him.
The only thing I want to be is a place for people to go for 4 hours a night, forget about life, you know, crack some jokes, you know, have a good time.
And he's never
just-
steered away
just
from
chill
that.
out.
And that's why this story isn't over. CaseOh has already crossed the line that mattered the most. He turned his dream into real life. He helped his family stop working. He became the place he always wanted to be for others. So whatever happens next is just the icing on the cake.
This is the most I smiled in a reaction video, man.
I've been dreaming of this since I was a kid, bro. Y'all for real low-key making dreams come true, bro.
Reading chat off a phone, bro. W golf cart, man. W CaseOh, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like that genuinely is just gotta be up there with one of my favorite content creators. I don't watch him much anymore, just cause you know I'm normally live when he's live, you know. But that's a real genuine dude, bro. All the success, all the money he's gotten, that's genuine money, bro. That's genuine success. It's going to a genuine dude, so can't complain, man. Make sure to follow Twitch, StoryofMike with 2 eyes, and sub to the channel. I'm in a new spot. Let's see if I can find it. Sub, video. See ya. Peace.